everyone, it's Natasha and I'm here in the family kitchen, my first time here at our new North Grove location, and I am going to run you through the steps today to make Mary Ann's famous hummus. We're also going to give you a tour of how the center is looking, so hang on at the end for a sneak peek. First, you're going to need a food processor. If you do not have one, that's no problem at all. You can make great hummus in a blender. You're going to need a cutting board, a knife, a really sharp knife, and then just a knife kind of like to dice up your garlic, and a spatula. You're going to need several measuring cups. So here is a quarter measuring cup. You're going to need that, and little teaspoons, quarter teaspoons, and full teaspoons as well. You're going to use a strainer because what you're going to do is drain your chickpeas and rinse them. If you don't have a strainer at home, that's no problem too. You could just put them in a bowl, rinse them off, and pop them right into your blender or your food processor. And now we're going to take a look at the ingredients you need. You're going to need some olive oil. Today I'm using tahini, which is a sesame seed paste. If you don't have this at home, you can use mayo. We have some real lemon juice. 1 can of chickpeas, does not matter the brand, anywhere you can find them, those would work perfect. Just 2 spices for today, so we're going to use some ground coriander and some ground cumin, a little bit of water, and some sea salt. And last but not least, everyone who's used to our hummus here knows that we love our garlic, so you're gonna use some garlic as well. All right, so now we're gonna get started. So I've already washed and strained my chickpeas. So I'm gonna pop these right into my food processor. And I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I really like making hummus because you really can't make it wrong, which is why I've chosen to do this with you guys today. Then we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of water. This is also a great recipe to do at home with your children. They love to measure and pour. And a tablespoon of olive oil. The olive oil helps make it nice and smooth. And then 2 tablespoons of our tahini. And like I said, you can add mayo if that's what you have at home. You can find tahini in the natural food selection aisles of your local grocery store. And now we're going to chop and mince some garlic. Our recipe here calls for 3 cloves of garlic, but like I said, we really love our garlic, so we're gonna go with 4 today. I like to just give it a little squish, kind of get the skin off. And if you're using a food processor, you just have to half or quarter it and then just throw it right in your food processor or blender. You can hear that little crack that tells you you've got enough of the skin off. Garlic is very good for you, so we love to add as much as we can to it. And 1 more for good measure. All right, then we're going to move on to the last 2 ingredients, which are our coriander and our cumin. So we are going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin. And a 1/2 teaspoon of ground coriander. So our last ingredient here is just a little bit of sea salt. You may notice after you make your hummus that it may need a little bit more salt, and that's okay. Right, and then we're going to blend. So we've discovered the secret to great hummus is really letting it blend and mix for just a few minutes and come back. I think that's almost good. Just when you think it's done, you're gonna give it 1 more minute. If this is in your blender, you're just gonna do the same thing. Let it blend, stop, check it, give it a quick little swirl with your spatula, and then let it go for just another more minute. Great. All right, so once you're happy with the consistency and it looks nice and smooth, you're just gonna pop it into a bowl. Now you can store your hummus in an airtight container in the fridge for a couple days if it's gonna last that long. It typically doesn't. Hummus is really great. You can use it as a dip for veggies. We have lots of families say that their children won't eat veggies at home, but they come to the food center or the family center and they eat their veggies. Often it's because they're eating it with hummus. And hummus is also good as a spread on a sandwich or in a salad. Okay, so there's our finished hummus. And I'm just gonna show you some things that we typically use. So here's just a sample plate of something that you could serve your hummus with. So we have some yellow cucumber, some red peppers, some carrots, and some celery. And then remembering that children don't eat the same size of servings that we do as adults. Here's a sample of what you could do with your children at home. So these are just some pitas. You could leave them like this. You could warm them, cut them open, and put some hummus inside. Or you can use it to dip your veggies. And there we go. That's how you make our very popular hummus. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you find this video helpful and I hope you attempt to make some hummus at home. We would love for you to let us know if you do. And we can't wait till we're all back together again so we can make and share some hummus with you.